It's Sunday, y'all, and I'm going to keep it 100. By the end of February this month, both of my daughters will be moving away, one to Germany and my youngest to West Texas. And this will be the furthest I've been from them at the same time. So yeah, I'm proud. I'm grateful. I'm excited for them. But I'm also grieving. And I'm done pretending that grief means I'm not a good mother. Today we're talking about the secret grief of an empty nester, with no shame and no pretending. And I'm going to give you a simple way to hold the sadness without letting it swallow you. And I also have a job update that made me say, wait, after all this time, now y'all emailing me? Stay with me. Hey family, welcome back to Ways of Change. I'm Vanessa, and this is day 32 of 100, posting every day while I take you with me on my overseas job hunt and my real life. We're discontinuing the weekly themes that if you've watched my previous videos, and we're doing a new flow starting today. It's February 1st. Here's exactly how this episode is laid out. We'll still give you a quick job hunt update, the topic of the day. I'm going to do a nervous system reset, a daily scripture, and a journaling prompt to help you process what you're carrying. And if you're in a transition season, subscribe and come back daily. This is a safe place to feel, heal, and keep it moving. All right, let's start with a quick update because the job hunt is still a part of the story. Today's job hunt update is a classic USA job surprise. I didn't apply to anything today, but I did get an email that felt like it came from the year 1997. I applied for a position in San Diego, California back in September, right before the first government shutdown. How about I just got an email today saying that I was referred to the hiring official. It's a health system specialist position at the VA. And this is what I meant by the federal process will test your patience. Nothing at all. And then 4 months later, it's like, hey, bestie, you still interested? So here's where I am. If they call me for an interview, I'll do it mainly for practice because I need to keep my skills up. But if they offer relocation from Florida to California and the pay is significantly higher, then I may have to seriously consider it. Because I'm not just chasing a location, I'm building a real life. Other than that, nothing else moved. And because it's Sunday, my plan is to rest. I'm learning that rest is not what you do after you succeed. It's part of your survival in the middle. Now that's the paperwork side of life. Let's talk about this other thing, because there's something heavier happening in my real life right now. Like I said, by the end of February, my world is going to feel a little bit different. One daughter and my grandsons are moving all the way to Spangdahlem, Germany. And that's actually one of the reasons I'm pursuing that overseas job. Because being in close proximity matters to me. And my youngest is moving to West Texas to follow her dreams. And she'll be out there doing her thing. And I don't think people fully understand what it means to be proud and still feel like your chest is just cracking a little. So today is for the moms who smile on the outside and feel that small ache on the inside. People tell you you should be proud, and you are. But pride doesn't cancel the pain. Because when you've poured your heart into raising your kids, your days, your schedules, your mind, your whole life becomes built around their needs. And then one day, they're grown. And yeah, that's the goal, right? But the quiet that comes after the goal can feel like grief. It's like you worked so hard for this independence, and now you're like, okay, so why does victory feel like a stomachache? Let's get honest about why it hurts, though. For years, motherhood isn't just something you do. It becomes how you organize your whole life. Your day has a rhythm. Who needs what? Who's going where? What's for dinner? What time are they home? Did they make it safely? Did they eat? Did they rest? You become the keeper of everything. So when your child moves away, it's not just that you miss them. It's like your role gets quiet overnight. And that quiet, it's peaceful at first. And then it's quite loud. It's walking past the room. It's buying a favorite snack by accident. It's hearing a memory in a song. It's looking at your calendar and realizing it's wide open. And if you're used to being needed every day, the first thought can be, what am I supposed to do with myself now? And then comes the guilt. Guilt for feeling sad when they're doing what you raised them to do. And guilt for not wanting them to feel responsible for your feelings. Because you don't want your kids to carry your sadness like luggage, and you don't want them to feel like they have to manage your emotions. So we do this thing where we tell them we're fine. And then we cry in the laundry room so that loud behind washer can cover our sobs. And then fear shows up too. Fear about safety, fear about distance, fear about being alone, fear about time moving so fast. And if one of your kids is going to Germany like mine, there's an extra layer of that's hard to describe unless you've lived it. The excitement of adventure mixed with the ache of, y'all are so damn far. This is the sentence I'm living right now. Grief and gratitude can live in the same house. I can be grateful my daughters are thriving, and I can still grieve the closeness. I can be excited for their future and still mourn the version of life where we lived under one roof. That doesn't make me dramatic. That makes me a mother who loves deeply. So the question becomes, what do you do when you're proud and you're grieving? How do you hold the grief without letting it turn into anxiety or depression? That's where the next part comes in, because transitions are emotional, but they're also physical. Your nervous system is involved. Let's talk about what to do when the wave hits. If you don't regulate your body, your mind will tell scarier stories. Here's today's regulation tip. Name it and soften it. When you feel that empty nest wave, when the house is quiet, when the thought hits you out of nowhere, do this. Put one hand on your chest and one on your belly and inhale for 4. Exhale for 6 and say, this is grief. I am safe. I can feel this and still be okay. That longer exhale is the key. It tells your body you're not in danger, you're in change. And then one more thing, because we need practical. Pick one soft anchor you could do immediately. Make tea, step outside for 2 minutes, put on a worship song, or sit in silence and let your shoulders drop. Regulation isn't about erasing sadness. It's about giving your body support while you feel it. And now let's anchor this spiritually. Because for me, faith is not decoration. It's how I stay solid. Today's scripture is Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. I want to sit with that for a minute. Because sometimes we think faith means you don't feel pain. Like if you're strong enough, prayed up enough, grateful enough, you won't hurt. But this verse doesn't say God is close to people who never cry. It says He's close to the brokenhearted. That means your sadness isn't a spiritual failure. It means you're human. And it means God is not repulsed by your tears. He's near them. And I know some of us grew up in environments where the message was be strong, be tough, don't fall apart. I even said it myself, man up. I said it to girls, man up. But being strong doesn't mean being numb. Strength is telling the truth and still choosing to keep going. Now let me say this gently. Empty nesting is a form of grief. It's not the same as losing a person, but it's the loss of a season. It's the loss of a daily closeness. It's the loss of a routine. It's the loss of a role you poured your whole self into. So when you feel that ache in your chest, you're not doing too much. You're grieving. And Psalms 34:18 gives you permission to stop performing. Because if God is close to the brokenhearted, that means you don't have to clean yourself up to be close to Him. You can come as proud and hurting, grateful and sad, smiling and still aching. Now I want to talk to the mom who feels crushed in spirit and doesn't want to admit it. Because crushed doesn't always look like falling on the floor. Sometimes crushed looks like walking past their room and feeling your throat tighten. Cooking too much food out of habit. Picking up your phone to text them again even though you just talked to them. Staying so busy so you don't have time to feel. Sometimes crushed looks like you're functioning, but you feel hollow. And the verse says, God saves those who are crushed in spirit, not shames them, not scolds them, not tells them just be grateful. He saves them, meaning He supports, He restores, He steadies. So here's what I'm taking from Psalms 34:18 in this season. God is close in the ache. If the ache is present, God is not absent. I don't have to rush the grief. I could take my time. This is a transition. It's not a race. I can release control without losing love because love doesn't require proximity to remain real. I can be held and still be human. I can cry and still be faithful. I can miss them and still trust God. And for me, because one daughter is moving to Germany and the other one to West Texas, this verse becomes personal because it's not just I'm going to miss them. It's I've never been this far from both of my girls at the same time. And that hits a mother's nervous system differently. So I'm praying honest prayers, not polished prayers. Prayers like God cover them, God guide them, God keep them safe, God help me adjust, God help me not spiral. God help me fill this house with purpose, not emptiness. And if you don't know what to pray, Psalms 34:18 is enough to repeat. God, be close, because my heart feels heavy. Now let me land this scripture section with the line we're living today. Grief and gratitude can live in the same house. I can thank God for the daughters I raised and still cry because the house is changing. That is not weakness. That's love. All right, now, we've anchored spiritually. Let's put it on paper. Because journaling helps you move from swirling thoughts to a clear next step. Here's today's journaling prompt. Write this down. What am I grieving about this transition? Be specific. What am I grieving about this transition? Don't just say my kid's leaving. Name what's underneath it. Is it closeness, routine, identity, safety, fear, time? What am I grateful for in this season? Even if you're crying while you write. What do I want my next chapter to feel like? Not what it looks like, what it feels like. Peaceful, purposeful, soft, adventurous, rooted. And when you finish, comment next chapter so I know you're here with me. And let's close this gently because I don't want you carrying this alone after the video ends. If this episode hit you, you're not alone. Subscribe to the channel if you're walking through a transition, empty nest, job hunt, midlife pivot, because I'm showing up every day. And we're doing this honestly and faithfully. And I want to hear from you. What are you grieving? And what are you grateful for in the same house? Comment next chapter and share one sentence. Hey y'all, I'm Vanessa and this is Ways of Change. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow for day 33. I think it's 33, for day 33. Bye now.